2015, December 18th of this year. We actually saw it yesterday.
17.
Star Wars, The Force Awakens, not Unleashed.
Not
We saw it.
We did.
Finally.
We saw it.
We saw
Yeah.
it.
Waiting 32 years. Finally saw it.
Yeah.
I love how y'all keep being so specific.
It was great. I mean, we really enjoyed the film. It was great, and we had a great time.
By the way, welcome to Solo's Toy Cantina,
Solo's Toy Cantina. Yes.
where we go broke.
Yes. It's a bad place to go because every time we come in here, all we want to do is just, collect and load stuff up and take
We
it
asked
home.
him if it was alright if we filmed here. It's a local store here in Big Spring, Texas. Look them up. Come visit. It's actually one of the coolest stores I've ever seen for people like us.
Yep. And they always say if they don't have it here, they can order it for
They
you.
can find it for you. Yeah, this place, actually, I think it puts Hastings
Walls
to
and stuff.
shame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hastings little
So-
lock cases where there's just like 2 cases. This is wall to wall.
So that's our little thank you to them.
Yes, thanks for letting us
And
film here. This is fun.
Solo Toy Cantina.
And-
Check it out.
Thank you, Disney, for bringing us Star Wars.
Yes, thank you, Disney, for bringing us Star Wars.
Now, this is going to
Conclusion
be
to the story we grew up with.
not so much a conclusion.
Well, starting the conclusion.
It's a whole new trilogy.
Yes.
And, well, let's just go here. What did y'all think?
Mikey.
Why do I always gotta go first? Gotta collect my thoughts here. Kind of like watching the movie.
We're going to do spoiler free.
How spoiler free are we staying?
We're staying spoiler free until I say otherwise.
Okay. All right.
And
Yeah, 'cause
then that's when the fun begins.
I'll just put it this way. I enjoyed the movie. I loved it. There are 3 places I freaked out at, and that'll be in the spoiler section. But I love how I like how they played homage to the original series.
A lot of fanboy stuff.
A lot of fanboy stuff, definitely. Watch the movie Fanboys, and then you'll understand. But lots of that references and bringing it to the new stuff, setting it up for a whole new generation, kind of the passing of the torch.
Mm-hmm.
And I love how they went back to the old practical effects.
Lots of practical. That's what I was pointing out to you guys. 2015 is the return of practical effects. Fury Road, Krampus. If you watch our Krampus review, we talked about that.
Getting back to basics in
Krampus.
Hollywood.
Yeah, and
you can see the attention to the detail. I mean, even the sets, everything looks lived in, not just all clean and digital. And
it didn't all look like digital globs of computer-generated globs of crap.
Everything looks lived in, used.
Yeah.
Yeah, film looks amazing. Filmed beautifully.
Lots of natural locales where they filmed at, where it's actual places and not like
green screens.
Green screens, right.
Like all this is real.
They use CGI where it was needed, except there's one character in there where I was like, I don't know why that character's CGI, but
we'll get over it.
The character Andy Serkis plays. It's really hard to talk about this without getting into spoilers. This thing has got stuff in there. If you know it, it's just going to change everything. I mean, there's 3 or 4 little plot twists all throughout this thing. Unlike the original, there wasn't much plot twist until you got to Empire. Then there's, of course, one of the biggest twists ever in a movie. And then Jedi had some, and well, then those prequels happened, and
there was nothing in they couldn't put any surprises in the prequels because it's a prequel because we already know what's going to happen.
We know where it's going to end.
So there could be no surprises. That
right.
Since we've pointed that out, I think that was the biggest problem with the prequels. They couldn't do anything really cool with them. There's no Han Solo, and there was nothing to surprise anybody with because we already knew what was going on.
Other than Yoda knew Chewbacca when Chewbacca was younger.
and other than the Yoda, I mean, now there one surprise.
Yoda at the Senate.
Well, yeah, E.T. in the Senate, but then also the seeing Yoda fight.
Yeah, Yoda fight.
That was a little bit of a surprise.
That was a great surprise.
That was a surprise.
The lightsaber stuff in the prequels, it was Lucas had said it's supposed to be the great magical fights and everything, but it's just choreography dancing.
Yeah, the more civilized era when sabers were
I love in this movie how the lightsaber fighting was like, I'm trying to kill this person. I'm not trying to do a nice little swan.
There was no it didn't look like it was choreographed. It looked like, I'm trying to strike this person down, not do a little dance.
Yeah. We we basically all agree this is a good movie. a good addition, a welcome addition. Not to say you can't pick this movie apart. You can pick any movie apart.
Oh, you could tear it. You could tear it. As people that we have spoken with in the last 10 to 15 minutes that are
we're going to try to bring them in here.
Yeah, you could probably very easily go in and pick this thing to pieces if you wanted to.
Right.
Yeah.
But don't.
So, I mean, that's our general
consensus.
Yeah.
Well, and two, big thing with us, I think that we've discussed all evening. We just finished doing our little radio thing. Is that the film is, and I'll quote the manager from the Cinemark. It's a perfect bridge.
Yes.
To take from. It does fan service for the fanboys and all that stuff, with there's the Millennium. I mean, this isn't cheating. Oh, look, there's Han and Chewie, or there's the Millennium Falcon. There's that. But then the new characters they bring in, played by Daisy Ridley, John Boyega, Adam Driver, turn in great performances and start a new storyline that a new generation can latch onto, like we all latched on to Han and Luke and all those guys.
Yeah. Going in that direction real quick, we got a new fan over here. Emma,
Here.
poke your head in. Come here.
Here. Sit down.
Tell the audience,
No
how old are you?
spoilers?
No spoilers.
I'm almost 12.
You're almost 12.
Almost
That's an almost 12-year-old. What did you think of the movie?
I loved it. Like, he's been trying to get me to watch Star Wars for years, and I just won't. And then okay.
You can go on that.
But I finally watched it, and I was just like, that isn't as bad as I thought it was.
Now, you saw Jedi, last week for the first time?
Last week or the week
week
before?
and a half? Okay,
I don't know.
Well, in the last 2 weeks, you saw Jedi. So what do you think going from that to this story?
Like,
You're going to kick us out of here.
I feel after watching that, like, I think it was time for new characters to come in, because, I mean...
Because you saw Star Wars, and have you seen Empire Strikes Back?
Dad, have I seen Empire? No.
No?
She did when she was in her bouncer.
Oh,
She was 3 months
so
old.
you probably
3
don't
months old,
remember
she saw it.
Yeah. So, Jedi, you just, it's okay, and then you see this one, and...
It's my generation of characters. You all had these people like Leia and Luke and Han and Darth
all these
Vader.
old farts.
And then there's like these new people like Rey and Finn and
Yeah, it makes
So-
it relatable to you. They had the stuff for us people who grew up with the other people,
oh my gosh.
and now they got some characters you can identify more with.
Because with these new ones, you don't have to watch the old ones to know about them, really. Like, the new
Right.
characters, you can learn them.
So you'd suggest to your friends at school to go see this movie?
I told a bunch of people, I had a band concert before, I told them all that I was leaving, and they all wanted to come with me.
So they all want to see it.
They all wanted to see it. That's how that was.
Without having any frame of reference other than the prequels, if they've even seen them.
What?
Episode 1, 2, and 3.
I've seen...
Have you seen any of this?
I don't know.
So your friends
Father
probably
might
haven't
have kept
seen
you
them.
away. Yeah.
Those all came out when y'all were born.
Oh, the prequels? I
Yeah.
haven't. I've seen that's the only thing I remember whenever Darth Vader falls into the lava. That's
This
all
is
I
your
remember.
first Star Wars movie to see in a movie.
Yes, this is. This
Yeah.
is the first movie that hasn't come out since I was born, but the first movie I've got.
So how was it being your first Star Wars theater experience?
It was loud.
Wow.
Really loud.
Long line waits and stuff.
It was like Disney World all over again.
Well, Disney.
Yep.
All right.
They did.
Well,
They
that
did
was
buy the rest of
mine.
There
theirs.
you go. Thank you, Emma.
Yeah.
Thanks. Go load all that stuff in the car.
Not the
Contribute
Barbies.
to delinquency in Myers.
Here. Still
So yeah, well that's our non-spoiler.
Yes, we were
Review.
non-spoiler review. Yes.
Go see it if you're a Star Wars fan. If you're not a Star Wars fan, I think you'll still find stuff there to like. You don't have to know a lot about Star Wars. The opening crawl
Kind of lays it
dialogue,
out.
it lays it out, and it's simple. You're like, oh,
Plus-
this
plus they
guy
give
is
hints throughout
gone.
the movie,
They're trying
you
to
know,
find
kinda
him.
give you
No
a bit
crazy
backstory.
politics or anything to try to figure out about. No midichlorians or any of that kind of garbage. Just a cut and dry, pretty simple deal. It doesn't confuse you much. Now, if you're a Star Wars fan, there are some things in there that you want to ask about 5,000 questions. But hopefully, as we move on into these new movies, new comics, all this new different canon things.
All the extras.
Extra stuff, we can kind of understand what some of the things that... I think that a lot of the Star Wars fans, I know I am, are wanting to know more about the 30-year span between Return of the Jedi and The Force Awakens.
Yeah, I want to see all that.
That's a lot that
A
happened.
lot of unanswered questions.
Yeah.
That's where most of the 5,000 of my questions are at. It's like, what happened?
Why is this? Why is that?
Can we go on to the
Empire's
spoiler
down.
part?
So, like we're talking about bridging, we're going to bridge into the spoiler part. 2 weeks ago, me and Brandon were talking about writing predictions based on how little we know. How little do we know? Well, we went by 1983 methods. The reason being, we pretended like it's 1983, Return of the Jedi had just
Social media is the
came out,
death of spoilers.
so we can't see anything unless it's a way you
on
can
the
see it
TV
in
in a
1983.
commercial, in the movie theater as a preview, or in print somehow.
And we all did pretty good.
Actual print, not no freaking ebook like magazine
Yeah,
article.
you had to go to the bookstore and find the magazine. So
And not that freaking one that talks about every bit of the movie.
That's an
the
experiment.
Fanscape or whatever.
with
Yeah.
us being nerds and knowing Star Wars and seeing as little as we did, I wrote and sealed my predictions in an envelope 2 weeks ago and saw the movie last night, and we're going to open it and let whoever read it.
I'll read. Yeah, you can read my notes, and I'll read yours. Hey, wait a minute. Did you write like a novel?
It's a page and a half.
Oh.
The symbol
Here,
is
let
pretty
me read
thick.
it. I'll read it. You
I
want
don't
to
think this is U.S. mail regulation weight. I think you need extra stamps.
Here, let Brandon read mine, you read Brandon's.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
I'm just opening it.
All right. 'Cause I don't
Approve.
I don't want to read.
It was sealed.
I wrote.
I just
Read it, Brandon.
All right.
Read it until your mouth runs dry, and then I'll
All right,
finish it.
here.
All right.
Here, I'll give you mine.
For those that don't want any spoilers, because
Turn it. Go back to
you
your
don't know
email.
if this is a spoiler or not. These were my predictions written 2 weeks ago. So
Okay.
Based off just the trailers, watched
just
by
watch
19
just the little bit I've
83
seen out of 2 trailers.
All right. James Star Wars The Force Awakens predictions. Rey, of course, is our main protagonist. She is probably the offspring or some relative of Luke Skywalker. She's a scavenger who searches the land for parts for her construction of vehicles and such, much like Luke and Anakin. While not Tatooine, I guess you're talking about Jakku.
Yeah.
She encounters Han Solo and Chewbacca, who are also searching the area for the Millennium Falcon, which was lost in a battle years ago. Rey knows where the Falcon is from her exploring and leads them to it. They, of course, find it, which is why they say we're home.
I was
Close. That's pretty close.
Like I said, spoilers. I was not right
Yeah.
on them.
He was off by a little bit.
Finn is not a defected stormtrooper, rather a rebel spy who is on an undercover mission as a stormtrooper along with Poe on a Star Destroyer when they are discovered. Their mission was probably to get intel on the new Death Star. Yes, there is a new Death Star, which I will get to. Yeah, you're right. Finn escapes in a TIE fighter and is shot down where he crashes on not Tatooine. Poe is caught and tortured until rescued. That's
I was wrong about
Little bit of
about
Riddick, little bit of
Finn
Riddick in
not-
that rhetoric.
Yeah, I was wrong about Finn not being a stormtrooper. He is a stormtrooper, but I was right about
yeah.
the rest of it.
Good. You did better than me.
He wasn't a rebel spy. He was just
I wrote.
Yeah,
he
my
just-
predictions are going to take
decided
all
not to
3
be a
minutes.
stormtrooper anymore.
Finn meets up with Rey and they escape, not Tatooine, Jakku, with Han and Chewbacca during an Imperial attack. The Empire is probably looking for Finn due to his knowledge of the new Death Star. They travel with them, doing some planet hopping to find parts needed for the Falcon, and eventually end up on Yavin 4, where Han reunites with Leia. That wasn't Yavin 4, was it?
No, it wasn't.
What was it?
Was it? It wasn't.
even know.
It was the green plate. No,
It was the tree with trees and stuff. I guess. Yeah.
Okay, now
I
here's...
didn't think they said the name.
Okay, now here's where you nail it. Okay, spoilers! Go back and check your email.
I hit this one on the head.
Yeah, Kylo Ren is the son of Han and Leia, obsessed with his grandfather, Darth Vader, and the dark side. And that's exactly who Kylo Ren is.
That's the pot calling the
that I
kettle black.
love that.
Real black. Finn is not a Jedi. He's simply carrying Luke's lightsaber with him, which he acquired after an attack on Yavin 4. Leia had possession of the lightsaber, but is killed during the attack. She gives it to Finn before dying, instructing him to get it to Luke. Finn later uses the saber when confronted by Mr. Kylo Ren and is killed in this encounter. Rey witnesses the death of her new friend and escapes after retrieving the lightsaber. She will find Luke to return the weapon and begin her training to become a Jedi.
almost spot on there.
Wrong person died.
Yeah. Rey is the one who has the power of the Force in her, just like her family. Hence the title, The Force Awakens inside her, which you got
Pretty
that.
much did.
We just don't know whose family. We don't know who her family is yet. Which that's another one of our unanswered questions.
I might be right in the next one.
Will you give me one of the? Okay, no. This is a bad place for a person with ADD. Luke has been hiding on Endor, staying close to where the remains of his father lay rest. Kylo Ren, due to his obsession, wants what is left of Darth Vader, and he and a squad of stormtroopers invade the Endor Forest Moon, slaughtering Ewoks. You just wanted to kill Ewoks, didn't you? Slaughtering Ewoks and burning their village as they retrieve Vader's helmet. Luke and R2-D2 find the carnage afterwards, and Luke realizes that the dark side has returned. That would have been cool.
I thought it would have been
That actually sounds pretty cool.
You should ride
I got that just from the one shot in the trailer of Luke with his hand on R2.
Yeah, the only shot you see
them with
Luke
fire
throughout all these teasers. That's the only shot you see of Luke and R2. Just that one scene. 5 seconds.
Third act takes place in a large battle on the new Death Star, a Death Star that is hidden inside a planet. Good idea, since the last two were just left out in the open, and I really hope they put some plywood over that exhaust port.
Or some chicken wire.
That I'm pretty
Chicken
sure is a
wire.
methane
Chicken wire
gas
and
exhaust port for the sewage system.
With all of that said, a brief description would be, we follow a character escape a Star Destroyer and crash on a desert planet where they meet our young main character, and together they encounter a wise old man who explains how the stories of the past were true and guides them on an adventure which leads them to an Imperial base that can destroy planets. I think this will be a pretty good remake of the 1977 classic science fiction film Star Wars. Well, there you go.
You sound like a 7.
Good job, Swami.
That last part, I think, describes the movie.
Yeah,
now,
it
spoilers, like we said, this is a beat-for-beat remake of A New Hope.
More or less.
Okay, they escape a Death Star. They land on a desert planet.
Well, no, they
meet
didn't
our
escape
young-
the Death Star. They escaped a Star Destroyer.
Star Destroyer, I'm sorry. They escape Star Destroyer, New Hope, land on a desert planet, New Hope, meet a young protagonist who has a connection to the Force. Luke in A New Hope, Rey in this one. They escape the desert planet because the stormtroopers are searching for a droid that has something in it. And they escape in the Millennium Falcon from the desert planet. And they team up with an old wise man who knows the legends of the past, and he guides them until there's finally a climactic battle on the Death Star where the wise old man is struck down by Darth Vader.
Or Kylo Ren.
But
Good
Wow.
Lord.
I still liked it.
I can go into more
no,
detail
shut
about
up.
that.
No, because we already got Chris Alexander, the proprietor of the Han Solo Cantina, Solo Toy Cantina. I mean, the namesake of his store here. Hated the film. And he started talking to me and
we're gonna see.
making sense.
Do you want me to go get him?
Let's see. No. We'll do
Here,
our
let's
part
read,
of it.
here, let me read my.
Yeah,
here,
yeah,
you want to
I'm
read
sorry.
mine?
Yeah, Mike.
Here, yeah, those are ridiculous.
That's it.
That's it. That's all I came up with. I don't know anything about the movie. I don't know anything about
I didn't either. This was all.
Luke
from
went to a planet to learn how to be like Yoda and Obi-Wan after he dies. He returns, but he has fallen to the dark side. Rey is Han and Leia's daughter. Yoda shows up in spirit form. That's his note.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to write so much.
Well, no, you put
Mr. Novel here.
He put more time into it. That's another reason why I'm mad.
See a
Not mad.
souvenir to ponder
No,
on.
thank you. I'm not mad necessarily, but I do wish they would have released Star Wars not at the busiest time of a year for a working guy with 2 kids. I mean, really, can you do it during the summertime like you always have? Come on,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah, all the big stuff's coming out in the summer. Think of what's coming out. Think of what movies moved because of this movie.
Yeah.
Dawn of Justice was supposed to be out now.
They moved it because
They didn't want to
they didn't have
compete
enough
with Star
time.
Wars.
They didn't have enough time. And they wanted it for the summer of 2015.
Yeah.
And and Abrams was like, I can't make this film and have it done by then. So they pushed it to Christmas.
Yeah.
That's why it's Christmas, because they couldn't have it done in time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dawn of Justice also moved back a year because they didn't want to compete with Star Wars.
Was that the reason?
Yes.
Okay. Well,
That was a
yeah,
big
Dawn of
reason
Justice. That's going to be a whole other can of worms.
That's think of how big that movie's going to be, and they're like, "Wait, we're trying to go up against Star Wars." Nah. So they didn't just back off 6 months; they backed off a whole year. Then
if
Star
everyone-
Wars moved to Christmas because they
what if
wanted to be out of that
everyone's in
summer
line to-
movie stuff.
What if everyone's in line to see the Chipmunks right now?
I don't think so. Yeah, someone texted me today, hey, is there any good movies out? You know, and sure, you know, plain knowing that I'm a Star Wars fan. I was like, yeah, You're the Good Dinosaur's great. And I didn't reply back for about 3 hours. I went, really? Really? Good. I was like, no, I was messing with you.
So, yeah,
my predictions weren't as lofty. But
any nitpicking.
Well, you can nitpick anything.
You can, but with stuff that really bothered you. I mean, the main thing that bothered me was that it was so much. They played it safe. They did a beat for beat remake.
It's the way we were talking last night. We're nostalgic.
It's like I've been telling. I think I told you. I was talking to my brother and my nephew. I want to take J.J. Abrams' card away to do these things. Go back and make 80s Spielberg original content.
That's what I want to do.
That's what he needs to do, because he did it with Into Darkness. He remade Wrath of Khan, and now he remade A New Hope with this. But this one didn't make me mad like Into Darkness.
Well, Into Darkness got borderline ridiculous too. So
yeah, this movie. No, I'm going to be seeing it again after this review with my mom and my sister. And saw it last night. I'm going to be seeing it a third time with Alyssa. She wants to go see it. So
yeah, I've got two.
I might check out the 3D for that.
I can't join you.
I've got two more. I have two more experiences for it. I'm seeing it in Epic 3D in Midland with my mother on Monday, and then I'm going to have a break from Star Wars until January, and then in January I'm going to Austin to see it in the Bob Bullock IMAX 3D. So. I wonder if the more we watch it, the more we're going to nitpick.
We probably will.
It's one of those movies where I slept on it and stuff. And this whole prediction thing, there were times where I was like, oh, I think this is happening. But I didn't touch it. I left it sealed. I was like, I'm not going to change anything.
For some reason, through the whole movie, though, I wanted to go buy a Dodge.
A Dodge?
I wanted to go to the Dodge side.
Oh.
The Dodge.
Sorry.
Womp, womp.
Sorry. I had to make fun of the merchandising somewhere.
Well, I love how they drifted the Millennium Falcon. That was...
The reveal of the Millennium Falcon was great.
That was
They're running,
awesome.
They're being attacked by TIE fighters, and Finn is all like, well, what about that ship? And she's like, that's garbage. And they're running. She's like, we're going to get this one, the faster one.
Yeah.
And that one gets blown up. And it's like, okay, fine, that one will work. And the camera pans with them, and it's the Millennium Falcon.
That was awesome.
Everybody in the theater just went.
Yeah, that was a great moment.
That was a great experience. The audience. Yeah. Audience experience.
That's what I think a lot. Yeah, that's why I wanted us to see it opening night. Is the audience experience. But we were talking about this earlier too, and with Chris also, is moments like that is what got us all excited. That's why a lot of the stuff Chris was upset about, the nitpicking stuff, we kind of look past that. We kind of aren't really thinking about some of the nitpicking stuff because we're so happy we saw the Millennium Falcon again.
Well, we
saw Han and
Chewie the teaser trailer, and we saw the Han and Chewie in the trailer. But how they put them in there, that was what made it.
Yeah, it was great.
The way they put it in there, because you knew it was going to be there. They showed a little clip of the Millennium Falcon flying around. Then they had the next trailer. It had Han and Chewie go home. It's like, okay, obviously they found the Falcon again. Something happened to it. But the way they brought it in the movie.
Yeah, the way they brought the Millennium Falcon back was great.
I thought it was going to be Han and Chewie flying it the whole time. In the movie, I was wrong in my prediction. Rey is a pilot, and she flies the Millennium Falcon the first time. And all that stuff you see the Millennium Falcon flying, that's her doing it. And I was enjoying the crap out of that.
I can't wait to see that on a big giant screen.
And and you wouldn't think this movie, you wouldn't think I would suggest the tagline for my website, Check Your Brain at the Door. Check your brain at the door, because you're going to watch this movie. If you're a Star Wars fan, you're going to go watch this movie. And you are going to critique it. You are going to nitpick it. You are going to look at it in the most critical eye, because you have entitlement that this is supposed to be the greatest movie ever made in the past 32 years.
Because you've been waiting 32 years for it.
You've been waiting for this. You want this to be the Star Wars of your childhood. And if you go in there with that mindset, you will walk out mad or upset or disappointed. Check your brain at the door and go in and have a good time.
Enjoy it. Yeah.
Just have fun.
Take it in.
Yeah.
Take it in.
Savor the
embrace
flavor.
it.
Right.
Then you can pick it.
Yeah. Yeah, and yeah, you think about it later and pick it apart. But while you're in there, you're allowed to pick it apart later when you leave. We've picked it apart.
Yeah,
We've discussed it.
Oh, yeah.
But while we were in that theater, I
fun.
had
Yeah.
goosebumps.
Me too.
I had smiles.
I got mad 3 times.
You got
Yeah, I got real
Like-
mad one time.
like
Screaming in the theater, mad.
like good mad though. Not
mad,
I
yeah.
hate this movie mad.
Yeah, like mad because certain things happened in the film. That kind of mad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we still in the
So-
spoiler part?
Yeah, we're spoiling.
Sort of.
Can I spoil?
You can spoil.
It ticked me off whenever
I wasn't going to spoil that. But okay. Well, I'm glad. For one, I'll just say this much. I'm glad Star Wars is back.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm excited that Disney's bringing. I mean, a lot of people. Well, Disney's going to screw. Disney's not going to screw anything up because Disney knows what they have. They have one of the greatest franchises ever thought of, ever. Mm-hmm. And they're bringing in new directors, new writers, new people our age. Mm-hmm. I mean, if we play
We're trying, as you know,
Yeah.
we're doing independent filming and stuff now, and like I told him, Colin Trevorrow is doing episode 9.
yes, Colin Trevorrow, the guy who did Jurassic
That's our
World.
inspiration right there.
Yeah.
He does an independent movie, and then he gets Jurassic World, and now he gets Star Wars.
Yeah.
Come on now.
You can't
So,
beat that.
Tell me that's
Cool.
not awesome.
Yeah. So,
Well, I'm satisfied with it. I'm excited to see what comes next. Rogue One's next. We get to see the backstory of how the rebels got the plans of the Death Star, and
I want to see this movie because they're not tied to have to follow these rules.
and they also are, from what I may be wrong here, but last I read, the guy who did all the cinematography for like Saving Private Ryan and some of that stuff is who's shooting all of Rogue One.
Yeah,
They're
that's
saying Rogue
supposed to
One's
be
like it's going to be like a
gritty
war
war
film.
movie.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool to watch.
So,
Well, I think it's going to be a good deal. I'm excited to see what Disney does with all of it. So I'm happy.
So that's our thoughts on it. If you turn it off for the spoilers, well, I
You got
guess
to put a timestamp in the.
Oh, I'll put a description there.
I think.
But if you've seen the movie and you stuck through it, or if you haven't seen the movie and you don't care, well, thanks for watching. We've waited a long time to do this review. It's excited to be able to do a review
yes,
for this movie.
yes,
Even if it's good, bad, it was excited to be able to talk about it.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
One of the few times I've gone to a movie and been truly excited to see what's coming out and what's about to happen and unfold before my eyes.
Because we didn't know anything.
No, we didn't, and
It made
people,
it better. It really
People should learn from us.
did. Yeah.
Spoilers are bad.
Don't. Yeah, the internet has ruined film going as it used to be, and doing our little experiment by staying away from everything. Which this is the first time I've ever done this ever. Because
It's hard 'cause
I
you
mean,
know how hard
there were
it is,
spoilers everywhere. There was all kinds of artwork that was leaked, stuff like that. I just steered
Artwork,
clear of it
these
all.
Action figures before the movie came
Steered
out.
clear of all of it, and going into it, it made the film just that much more fresher. And I like, and like you can do that with Star Wars. Now, if you're gonna go, let's say Batman versus Superman, okay? There's no way it's spoiled already.
Yeah.
Guess what? The good guys win. You can't spoil a superhero film.
Yeah.
You can't do it.
They're
So,
kinda
so I
predictable.
don't feel bad looking up reading spoilers about superhero
Yeah.
films. But Star Wars is different.
The thing with superhero films, it might end on a kind of a sour note, but you know the next movie they're going to get it back.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the good guys generally, unless unless it's the 1970s, the good guy usually wins. But it's doing Star Wars like this for me it just made it that much more magical.
Yeah. This is a Star Wars movie no one will make fun of you for liking.
Yes.
Unlike the prequels.
And with that, thanks for watching.
Thank you. Enjoyed it.
Yeah. Check it out.
Check it out.
Watch it. Now. Go now. Go to the theater.
Hey, are you gonna be cool?
I am cool.
Because you can't say anything or whatever because you're on the side.
Okay, I'm done.
Buy a ticket,
Why are you still here?
What? Go home.
Your power's a weak old man.
That was a nice little side note. She made a side note. She came inside.
Side note.
We'll have this super spoiler section right after the credits.
Yeah, there you go.
Y'all should just edit it to where there's a face on my bun,
Facing your bun.
and then it's talking.
Don't say that. Okay.